Have you ever seen something so mind-blowing that it makes you question everything you thought you knew? Well, this one might do it. Because 1,400 years ago, in a time when people thought the embryo was just a tiny human fully formed inside the womb, the Quran described the development of the human embryo with a level of accuracy that modern science didn't discover until the 20th century. No microscopes, no ultrasound, no medical textbooks, just a 7th century desert and a revelation that described the exact stages of human development. Today, we're diving into the miracle of the human embryo in the Quran. And trust me, what you're about to hear is not a coincidence. Let's begin. 1. The stunning claim. One of the most frequently cited scientific miracles in the Quran is found in Surah Al-Mu'minun, 23:12-14. These verses describe how a human being forms in the womb, step by step. We created man from an extract of clay. Then we placed him as a drop, nutfah, in a secure resting place. Then we turned the drop into a clinging thing, alaqah. Then we turned the clinging thing into a lump, mudghah. In just a few short lines, the Quran outlines 3 major embryological stages. 1. Nutfah, the drop. 2. Alaqah, the clinging thing. 3. Mudghah, the chewed-like lump. These words might sound poetic, but let's break them down scientifically, because what they really describe is shocking. 2. Nutfah, the drop that starts everything. The Arabic word nutfah means a tiny drop of fluid. In modern biology, the earliest stage of human development is literally a drop, a microscopic mixture of sperm and egg. But here's the kicker. The Quran uses the word nutfah amshaj, meaning a mingled drop. This detail is incredibly precise. Embryologists explain that the embryo begins from a fusion of male sperm and female ovum, a mingled drop of genetic information. How would an illiterate man in the 7th century know that both male and female contribute genetic material? Ancient Greek and Roman science got this wrong. Aristotle said only the man provides the seed, and the woman provides the soil. The Quran already described the modern scientific understanding centuries earlier. 3. Alaqah, the clinging thing that baffled scholars. This is the most famous part. The Quran says the embryo becomes alaqah. This word has 3 meanings in Arabic. A clinging, leech-like substance, a blood clot, something that attaches itself to a wall. Amazingly, the embryo at 2 to 3 weeks resembles a leech in shape and behavior, and scientists today agree. It clings to the uterine wall. It feeds like a parasite. It resembles a leech in form. It appears like a blood clot due to closed circulatory system. Here is what Dr. Keith Moore, one of the world's leading embryologists, said after comparing embryos to the Quran. The embryo at this stage looks very much like a leech. The description in the Quran is remarkable. Again, how? No microscopes existed, no medical imaging, nothing even close. Yet the Quran used the one word that captures the exact scientific reality. 4. Mudghah, the chewed-like lump. Next, the Quran says the embryo becomes mudghah, meaning a lump of flesh, something that looks chewed. If you look at a 4-week embryo under a microscope, you'll see small ridges on its surface. These are the beginnings of vertebrae, and they look exactly like teeth marks on a chewed piece of gum. It's not a metaphor. It's not symbolic. It's visually accurate. Modern embryologists were stunned when they first compared images of embryos to mudghah. It matches perfectly. 5. The structured sequence. Scientists point out something even more surprising. The Quran gives the correct chronological order. A drop, a clinging leech-like structure, a chewed-like lump. This is precisely the development sequence in embryology textbooks. Other ancient sources had the order wrong, mixed, or completely incorrect. But the Quran? Always accurate, always consistent, always logical. 6. Even more details. The Quran predicted. The Quran mentions that bones form first, then flesh covers them. Embryologists today confirm, yes, skeletal formation begins first, then muscles wrap around the bones. The Quran mentions 3 layers of darkness: the mother's abdominal wall, the uterine wall, and the amniotic sac. Modern anatomy confirms exactly 3 layers. The Quran mentions the embryo is created in stages: Modern biology agrees. Development occurs in distinct phases. So what do we do with all this? Coincidence? Lucky guess? Borrowed knowledge? Or something greater? Something divine? Because these descriptions in the Quran match modern science with a precision that is impossible for a human living in the 7th century. Whether you are Muslim, Christian, atheist, or simply curious, this question remains: how could the Quran describe the stages of human embryonic development with such accuracy long before science discovered them? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more videos on scientific miracles in the Quran, subscribe because the next one will blow your mind.